can't take 40 years of history away from it.
It's almost like a family when you come down here.
I basically grew up skating here.
I've been skating for like 8 years now. Yeah. And 5 or 6 of them have been here.
I mean, everyone gets along here.
It's a massive community in the skate scene in London.
It means a lot to everyone, so I don't see why they can take it away.
The UK's busiest skate park, located in London's Southbank, is facing closure following the decision by the Southbank Centre to redevelop the Festival Wing area. Why is this happening, and how do the changes affect British skateboarding? I'm Lucy George, and this is Under Questioning. The Southbank Centre claims that the Festival Wing is in need of refurbishment to provide Londoners with the extra space needed for cultural events. In 2014, the skate park will be reformed and converted into commercial outlets to provide the funds for the refurbishment. The development in total will cost £120 million. The site, featured in many magazines and films, has been home to British skateboarding since the 1970s. The skaters have started a campaign to fight the decision. The petition has already gathered over 40,000 signatures. Today I'm going to be speaking to Mike McCart from the Southbank Centre, who will be answering your questions. Firstly, Mike, could you just explain where we are today?
Yes, well, where we are here is on the Queen's Walk on the South Bank, and we're under Hungerford Railway Bridge, and this is where we're proposing the new home of skating, street writing and graffiti could be on the South Bank, so that it remains an iconic place worldwide.
Okay. David says, I've been skating in the park for 7 years now and don't understand how Southbank Centre could decide to replace us with commercial outlets. Couldn't Southbank Centre come up with a different idea to finance the redevelopment scheme?
Well, the Southbank Centre is home to very many communities, and moving the skaters, albeit 125 metres down the river, was a very difficult decision. And in our festivals that we've been running during the last 3 or 4 years, we found a huge appetite, especially for young people, for a whole range of artistic and cultural activities. So we're having to balance this with the skaters, who obviously play a very important role in making the South Bank a very vibrant space. There are 3 ways in which we're generating income. The first is through lottery, where we have, we're hoping for £30 million, both from the Arts Council and hopefully the Heritage Lottery Fund in the future. Secondly, through commercial retail, which pays for commercial loans, and that will represent something like £35 million towards. And then the balance will come from private donors. And the skate area is the most valuable space, and it's very important for us to retain a really strong commercial focus. So we're then forced really to look at where can we get the maximum commercial value from the smallest amount of space, and that is the Queen's Walk.
Nikki says, Southbank is already full of coffee shops and restaurants. Are you able to assure us that we won't be replaced by another giant chain of shops who will overshadow the heritage of this area?
This site will always remain culturally focused, and 80% of what takes place here is to do with arts, culture and education. Our new experience with our festival strategy is that we're looking at cafes and restaurants that have a very different feel. So if you look at Oaxaca and the way in which that restaurant came here, they also bring over street artists from Mexico, and they actually get involved in how the restaurant looks and feel, and that's the sort of operators we're looking for, something much more integrated with the cultural experience.
Katie says, my boyfriend is a skateboarding teacher. Not only has he been using the skate park to practice his skills, but also to hold paid classes. Can you guarantee us that the new purpose-built spot will be as good as the old one? What company is building it?
There's not a company building it. We're just talking to a group of skaters who are passionate and skated in this area for many years. So we are preparing designs which will then be a part of the consultation process that we're doing. But we think this could be as equally iconic. The real issue, I think, in relation to the QH Undercroft is that actually in skatable terms, it's not a lot of skaters tell me it's not a very good skate park. There are much better ones, but it's its heritage. And that's why we've said, at the request of the skaters, can we take our skatable structures, can we take the pavers, the physical heritage, and can we move it to the Undercroft? We said absolutely. The other heritage issue is we're creating this heritage and archive centre, and what we want to do is say to the skaters, we're very happy for you to tell the story of the last 40 years. And then in terms of the space that they're currently skating in, this will be a shared space with gigs, fashion and markets, and we're very happy to work with them in our artistic program to program and use that space on a regular basis so they will not lose touch with their home.
Matt says the current skate park is well visible from the River Walk and is a great way of promoting British skateboarding and engaging new people with it. I'm concerned that the new spot will be tucked away from public view and skaters won't be noticed. Are my doubts correct?
No, they're not, because one of the things, again, we've been discussing is actually how to open up this space. And one of the ideas the skaters have come up with, which we think is a really attractive idea, is that while we need to retain this ramp for access and pedestrian, and also we do a lot of processional work with choirs and bands moving around the area, is to knock underneath the ramp and open it up to the Queen's Walk. So they actually will have a much more visible space, because not only will it be visible in an equal way to the Queen's Walk, but also off the 2 footbridges here, where several million people come each year. So there'll be, and also with this sort of cultural activity as well, with Udderbelly and the Spiegel tent, we think it'll be a much better, a more integrated location.
Thank you for watching and sending in your questions to us. The campaign to save the skate park continues, and if you would like to join, go to savethesouthbank.com. If you want to find out more about the refurbishment of the Festival Wing, go to thefestivalwing.com. Catch up with our latest episodes at catch21.co.uk and our latest updates on Twitter at catch21p. Stay tuned for more Under Questioning. See you next week.